And good evening, folks. We are back with head coach Ben McLaughlin. Coach, each week it gets a little fancier there on what we do, but welcome aboard.
Yeah, you got some bells and whistles going here, so looks good.
Look, sometimes too much. Even got my Wildcat baseball jersey on here, fresh from Coach Mike
That's
Burns last night.
that's impressive. That's really impressive. I got to give me one of those.
Dude, you do. It's and he told us last night, he said, look, if you're having a bad day, you put on something. He said, if you're gonna look good, you're gonna feel good. So I got the Wildcat jersey on too and getting pumped up. Football season's not but about I don't know, 50 something days away, huh?
Oh yeah, no, we're kind of full go right now in our little July session, so it feels like it's here. I'm getting in fall camp shape myself, and so it's been a good week. So, but yeah, it's right around the corner.
And you guys have had a couple of camps over the since your time you've been in. You've got one more coming up, I believe. Is that right?
Yeah, no, those are the high school camps. Yeah, we're doing three of them this summer, one in May, and then we did one this last Saturday, and we got one coming up on the 20th. And so those are obviously going to be really good, and we've gotten some good feedback on those and the way we've been running them. But when I said July camp, we've got about our 90 or so guys from our team on our campus right now, and so we're kind of getting them a little head start on fall camp, and so it's been a lot of fun.
So you got the opportunity to meet them towards the end of the season or towards the end of the year when you were announced as the new head coach and they were still on campus. How is it getting everybody back?
Yeah, no, I mean we had a full spring football. We had 4 weeks of spring football, 10 practices in a spring game, and so
That's right.
it feels like I've known these guys for a while. I mean, it's been a lot of fun. What this has been really good at is we've got about 30 or 35 of our incoming freshmen and transfers are on here with us. So we've got a really good mix of some of our old and some of our new. So we don't have enough beds and room to bring everybody in, but it's been good. About 90 guys on campus right now, and it's been a lot of fun. Those guys, the new guys, are learning. They're mixing with the old guys, and so it really makes that August transition a lot easier because now I'm only reintroducing, 50 or 60 more people to that as opposed to the whole 100 new people or whoever, all the newcomers we have coming in.
Part of what, and to our viewers that are on there, because we are doing this live, if they've got a comment, they can go in there and post their comments and they'll pop up on here as well. So there might be even some real time questions for you, Coach, from our audience that's out there. But back to
That's
the
scary.
new guys. Well, you ain't seen nothing yet. Wait till we get into the Wildcat Coaches Show this season. That's really going to be entertaining.
Yeah.
Coach, when who's standing out? I know it's just been a little bit of time on there, but are you seeing some of these freshmen and these transfers that you go, you know what, that's going to be a guy?
Yeah, I mean, it's so hard to sit here and name names. Like I said, we've got 35 guys on our campus right now that are new to us. About
Right.
8 transfers or so, and 25, 26 freshmen. And so we were just talking. Coach Burns actually came out and was watching us do our little afternoon workout. And he was really impressed with the group we had, and he thought it was all of our returners, just some really good-looking skill kids out there. And I was like, "No, Coach, this is our new group. This is about 20 of our new skill kids." And he's like, "Well, these guys look like they've been here for 2 or 3 years." And so we've got a really good competitive group of incoming freshmen and transfers, and there's some of them that you're gonna see them on the field. So we have some high expectations for some of our incoming freshmen and transfers.
Look, that's exciting. And we talked last week, and so what we're doing, or actually before the holiday week, and what we're doing is kind of going
Mhm.
week by week. So some of the things that those guys will get used to, there'll be some of those that are in action for you once the fall does roll around. But let's jump right into week number 2. Last week we talked about St. Thomas and that trip to Florida and what a way to start
Mhm.
that's going to be. But you don't get a let up in that Houston Christian game. That's under new head coach Bechtel. That it's going to be 2 offenses that really get after it.
Yeah, Coach Bachtel's a good. Like we go back. You know, he was the offensive coordinator at ETBU when I was the offensive
Yep.
coordinator at LC, and between those 2000, so 16, 2018, 19 years, and so he's a great coach. I've always respected him and how he runs his offense, and obviously went to Howard Payne as the head coach, and did some amazing things there. And so he's obviously been working up the ladder, and so it's always fun, you know, when you're it's always fun playing other teams that are led by men that you also respect. Those are fun to go to play against those type of people. So it's going to be really awesome to reconnect. We've worked a lot of camps together, and so it's going to be really awesome to reconnect. And obviously, they're an FCS program. They're a program that I think they were around 500 last year, and he's taken them over, and you know he's going to have a spark there. And so they're obviously going to be a tough challenge, and it's really good for us in our program to go play up. You know, it's really good for our recruits. You know, recruits like to know that they are going to go and play Division One. They're going to go and we're going to let them have an opportunity to go to those big stages. And so games, yes, they're tough. Yes, they're challenging, and we've got to absolutely put our A-plus games to go out there and compete against an FCS program. But it really helps us in a lot of ways.
You know, you talk about knowing him for a while, and the similarities are there as well. At Howard Payne, of course, which is where he went to college, there's a 3-year letterman over there, and led it quarterback for him too. Had opportunity to come back and coach his school that he played at. Very similar to what you're doing now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good to be able to be, I
Yeah, you're
guess,
talking about the
around
type of
those guys.
offenses.
Yes.
Yeah, no, we are very similar in our philosophies. I mean, we obviously have a lot of discourse over the years, and we've played against each other. And when you watch what he does, I mean, it's really easy to see the similarities. And so that's definitely going to be an exciting game to watch. Hopefully, we can keep up with them, you know, punch for punch. Because if we can, it'll be fun. That's for sure.
Over and under 120 plays per team offensively.
You know, we are playing 15-minute quarters now and not 12-minute quarters. So, you know,
That's
we
right.
averaged, I think last year at Buckeye, we averaged around 86 in our games that we played. So, you know, we're going to be pushing it. So it'll be, like I said, it'll be a lot of fun.
We won't see delay of games in the first couple of weeks. We won't see a lot of timeouts. We're going to see a lot of up and down the field.
Yes, sir.
Well, Coach, then you settle in and you get your first home game. You get back to Wildcat Stadium. Your first time back there in a regular game in a couple of years on there too. How does it feel when you're looking ahead to Langston in week 3? Because that's a Sooner Athletic Conference game. You get settled into conference right away, but you get to do it at Wildcat Stadium too. Did I lose you there, Coach?
No, I got you. You kind of broke up there. I think I got your drift. I mean, yeah, you know, Langston's coming to town, and I've got an interesting connection with Langston. You know, when I was at Northeastern Oklahoma A&M at the junior college, Langston, you know, and we had a bunch of kids that would come to us as junior college non-qualifiers, and obviously they come to us hoping to go Division One, but every now and then they didn't. Whether or not they didn't meet the Division One requirements, Langston always came there and got some of our best players. So I know what kind of talent that they are constantly recruiting. I know what kind of kids they have. They are going to be extremely talented, and I'm just lucky that we got them coming to our place, because that's a tough trip all the way up there, you know, North Oklahoma. So we get them coming down here, and we get to bring them down in our first home game. It should be a lot of excitement.
Look, what's the campus going to be like too? I mean, they're fresh off of a Sooner Athletic Conference championship and a trip to the playoffs as well, and so the feeling among the students is sky high. And I got to know that there's some excitement.
There is. I mean, obviously, we know there's a lot of changes on our campus right now, and with changes, there's growth, and so I think there's a lot of excitement and some. Obviously, there's a lot of unknown right now with me and the way that some of the changes of the program, and so I think there's a lot of excitement with the tradition and the winning that Coach Maddox brought about. But then anytime you have intrigue with some changes, it almost can double with that and make it a really exciting mixture there. So I'd like to think that we're going to get us some good support and good showing from our students and our community to come out to really to see the kind of the brand of football that we're going to put out there. So I do believe that the type of football you play can really help and garner some of that. And so winning is the ultimate goal, but I do think our community is going to like the way we're going to win.
So we're saying that after that trip that brings Langston in here, Cats are sitting at 3-0, looking ahead to Wayland and Oklahoma Panhandle. That's what we're looking at?
That's it. You're right.
I'll
definitely take some questions after that start on your coaching show.
I bet there'd be some good ones, Coach. We appreciate it. I know you guys have VBS. You got a lot of family stuff going on, so we're not going to keep you too long tonight. We'll be back next week when we start looking ahead at Wayland. That's a trip into Plainview, Texas, and I still haven't mapped out how to get there yet. That's a tough go.
That is, and no doubt. It's going to be tough, and we played them once back in, I think it was 2017. I think it might have been Coach Charles's first year as a head coach. They came to our place and we played them, and so it'll definitely be fun. It's going to be interesting in this whole schedule. I've been at LC for a lot of years in the past, but this is my first go around in this conference. So I feel like I'm brand new to this in times. And so it's learning some of these teams and some of their colors and mascots and the trips and the different things. It's going to be a lot of fun, but I know it's going to be a challenge. So we got a target on our back. And so that's what I'm kind of, preaching to our kids about, it's one thing to kind of sneak up and beat people not expecting it. Now everybody's going to give us their best shot, but that's what you want as a champion. That's what you want. You want to take everybody's best shot and prove that you still got it and we can stay on top.
You walk in as the defending Sooner Athletic Conference champions, and that's how you want to start the season. Looking ahead on the schedule, there's no Mary Hardin Baylor or Hardin Simmons on there anymore, so that's a refreshing trip too.
That's right. You're exactly right there. Those were some of those guys still live in my nightmares.
All right, Coach. Thank you so much for taking the time to visit with us tonight. We look forward to speaking with you next week as well. And go Cats.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Doug.
All right, Coach. Thanks.